All right, chat, here we go. We're going to watch the EU Winter Regional 1 Grand Final from a new team's perspective. Well, I say a new team. They're not a new team, but a new champion, that's for sure. Team Queso, specifically Vatira. I feel like we have made a, a consistent nature of checking out the young talent in Rocket League. We've seen so many players, of next-gen age, literally unable to play in the RLCS as they grind up in 1v1 and eventually join the scene. Well, we have been mostly focused, I'll be honest, with the next-gen on the North American side. We've seen guys like Jariz, who made it into G2 and became a top RLCS player. We've seen Daniel, who's now played one regional, who played well at the start. But we haven't, dipped into too many EU. The only one next gen, we've done 3. Only one had non-North American players. We had Moxie and we had Rawas from the Middle East. And it's a bummer that we didn't get more EU risers, because I guess we've had Oski, but Oski was 15 years old. Anyways, all this is a big setup to talk about who we're watching play in this grand final, which is Vatira. Vatira, who is 15 years old, I believe must have been next gen age during at least a couple of the next gens, but we've never been able to get him on stream before. He is top 50 or so rated in ones, at least I've seen him that high, so he's definitely a ones player who could play if we are able to get him. But he played on Team Queso, who played an amazing regional, this regional. We're going to watch and see how does Vatira, the youngster, play threes from EU. We actually, if you haven't checked it out, I am going to recommend another content creator's video if you haven't seen it. Johnny Boy, you've probably heard of him if you've heard of me, did a cross-regional 3v3 show match with a bunch of the new youngsters. From North America, he had Daniel, Aqua, and Evo. Aqua and Daniel both now in the RLCS. And he had, I believe, Oski, Atau, and Vatira from EU. Now, EU did end up winning that one, and that was when I truly had like a long time. Basically, I got to watch a lot of Vatira, and I got to watch him closely dominate the team that I wanted to win. And that's when I realized how legit Vatira was. He had been playing RLCS before this show match that happened. So I think there's a little bit more experience on the EU side, and it showed because Vatira dominated in that threes match. And now is alongside a couple other young players. It looks like we do have Rise in the chat because I wanted to ask Rise a question, which was why that one goal got taken away. So if Rise ends up hanging out, we'll talk to him about it because we talked about it a little bit before. But you guys will see later in this series there was a bit of a technical difficulties during one of the games. And maybe we'll get a pro insight if Rise hangs around to tell us what happens, how do you handle those situations, because I'm actually curious about it in general. But the rest of the Queso team is also fairly young. I believe, even though Vatira is 15 years old, someone was telling me that Joyo and Rise might also be like 16, 17. Rise can maybe tell us here. But we have become fans of the young talent all across every region. That is who I want to watch. That's who I think the next up-and-comers are. And it's fun to get a chance to see them before the rest of the world realizes, what they're in for. We've had that with Daniel. I feel like we're seeing that now. It's a nice demo to clear out the back line. I feel like we're seeing that now with Daniel and Aqua. We'll see it with Rawas and Kiliers and Nupo from the Middle East. It sounds like Zen is going to be coming out of EU that we haven't seen yet. But the young players just have another level of mechanical ability, I feel like. And as soon as they get themselves in these big games and learn, the 400 IQ gameplay as well, you just see them have success. Vatira 15, Joyo 16, and Rise is 17. So Rise, the veteran, the ancient veteran at 17 years old on this team. Are you guys the youngest team? I don't know if anybody knows collective age. I guess average age of the team is probably the best way to find out who the youngest team is. Certainly Team Liquid is probably even younger. I think they have two team members who aren't even RLCS age yet, so they don't really count because they legitimately can't play. but they invested in some young talent, and I think that's smart. Team Liquid on the right track. Pick up these top-level players before anybody else does, and I think you can have a solid squad, especially when you've been struggling like Team Liquid has in the previous RLCS splits. Someone did a spreadsheet of RLCS team ages, and Team Queso is the youngest, so there you go. I tell you what, that's exciting to hear. Team Queso, they're just going to keep getting better and better. Starting off this grand final, so I'll talk more about the grand finals here as we get into game 2. But in case I forgot to mention it, we did get caught up a little bit talking about the next gen players, talking about the young guys and how excited we were for them on the scene. But if you didn't see any part of this regional, or maybe the video before this one, the context of this game is this is the grand finals. This is the grand finals. Team Queso made it into the upper bracket by beating Dig, Misfits, and I forget who got last in their pool, but solid opponents in their pool to get themselves into the grand final, or get into the upper bracket, which they continue to win into the grand final. And now they found Dig. Dig from their pool made it all the way through the lower bracket and is here to play them again. So if Team Queso takes this series, which I believe I already revealed that they did, then they win right away, whereas Dig has to play 2 full series in order to take the championship down. And I'm going to be very interested to see if anyone from the lower bracket ever does do it. At least in North America and EU, I think someone from the lower bracket did it in SAM already in their first regional. But I don't think it's going to be very often. I think in general, that's a great pass. Rise. Drake's in chat for Rise. We added Drake to the BTTV, which I think is a great emote. Dig was peeking until they met the cheese, man. Dig was trying to wear the cheese. It was a good day to be a yellow-themed team, that's for sure. Joyo and Vatira double committing there. All of Team Queso right now seems to be low on boost, but Jack not able to take that corner from Rise, which is, you know, a big change in the presence on the field, because I don't think Rise is able to hang out as close to the play as he is now if Jack was somehow able to pick up that last corner. Big swing, Jack, dude. We just watched Jack in the last series playing super aggressive. Rise unable to dodge, but it doesn't matter. I tell you what, isn't that the sweetest thing in life? One of the players on the opposite team gets ultra aggressive, demos you on the goal line, and you know that they're sacrificing their ability to recover when they do that. So to watch them as they struggle to get back while your teammates counter on them, it doesn't get better than that. Nice infield pass, man. Team Queso up 3-0 already. 2 minutes in. It happened in the APAC North. So APAC North also had a lower bracket team winner. I think Sam did, because I was looking for KV1 results to see where did KV1, who's playing with Era Eternity, finish. I think they finished top 3, so not a bad performance from them. But they were basically like the BDS of this bracket, where they made up a bracket but then lost twice in a row. Dig put BDS in the record books for the first perfect sweep. Most consecutive games lost between 2 series. Yeah, put them in the record books for a couple things. I'll tell you what, if there's any time for BDS to get put in the record books for some disappointing results, coming off of a major victory is not a bad time to do so. You know, you can only get clowned on so much when you can just hold up your banner from your major victory to everybody who's trying to make fun of you. Ooh, Rise. Okay, this is the goal that was taken away. Do we have Rise in chat? So Rise, we are speculating. This is the end of this replay with 2 minutes and a second left to go. Look, Joyo POV. So we're going to watch Joyo POV. We were watching this a little bit earlier. Before we started watching everything, we watched Joyo POV. So if we tab in, you'll see Joyo is getting some serious lag, confirmed by the in-game client. In the next few moments, we'll wait to see when he gets it. Well, I guess at this moment, it's saying he's not. But we watched him for like a minute or so, and it does say that he's lagging before this. You haven't even seen this? Rise, his teammate, hasn't seen it yet. So, Joyo, let's see. I'm not going to go back. You're just going to have to trust me that up until this moment, we did see some red and some spiking ping for Joyo. So, it's not unheard of that he was lagging. He actually gets that save after lagging. So he creeps up here on Scrub. Scrub does a chip and a pop, which is, to me, is pretty standard, right? I mean, that could happen to anybody with perfect ping. Trying to be that front challenge guy, that first man, you might go for that challenge even though you know you're going to get beat. But Joyo does get beat. And then Dignitas score the other way. Jack cuts in field, and Joyo slots it perfectly. But this goal gets taken away. And Rise, do you know why? Do you know why this goal gets taken away? Or is it just all RLCS admins? They just go back, look. All Joyo said is, I'm lagging. And then they said, okay, we'll take the goal away. He said he was lagging as he pushed up. Said, you want to pause? And no one said anything. And then we concede. And Joyo said he's on 100 ping. So Nick called a timeout. Oh, your coach has to call something for you. That makes sense. All right, so we're back in game. And you're going to see the score jump to what it was before. They end up taking that goal away from Dignitas, arguing that Joyo could have challenged there, which I think is true. He could have potentially challenged and saved it away. And I will say we don't get to see the replay from Joyo's perspective. This was a tough break, by the way, for Dig. Not only did they get their goal taken away, but Rise absolutely doubles on their ass and gets Joyo an easy bucket shortly after. You think it mattered from a mentality standpoint? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty tough to have one of your only few goals you've been scoring get taken away. But of course, Queso do end up winning this game significantly, even if, you know, you take back this additional goal they got, and it's still like, what, 3-1. I think they still end up winning. But, I mean, it's hard to say the mental advantage of a different scoreline. 4-0, you play different when you're playing 4-0 versus maybe 3-1, and you only need 2 goals as opposed to 4. Who is the best ones player on Queso? I don't know. Maybe Rise can say who he thinks. I think I've seen both Joyo and Vatira high on the leaderboard. I don't know if I've seen Rise high on the ones leaderboard. If I had to guess, I would guess Vatira just because I think I've seen Vatira rated more consistently high. But it goes Vatira, then Rise, then Joyo. Interesting. We've only had Joyo on for 1v1s. We got to get Rise and Vatira then. Assuming they're willing to play. Rise doesn't quite have enough boost to get a good shot here. We had Rise? Wait, did we have Rise? When did we have Rise? Rise versus... Oh, you're right. We actually did have Rise. That was a long time ago. Wait, yeah. Me and Rise might be Steam friends. What am I might be forgetting this. Yeah, Rise versus Evo. Okay, luckily we got the Feer historians here. Oh, I forgot that we had Rise. Look at that, dude. Me and Rise are best buds. I totally forgot. We have had him on. Sounds like we need to get Rise versus Vatira then. Anyways, they end up winning this one 4-0. I'm pretty sure. I don't think Dig scores any last-second goal. So, Queso, a lot of controversy. Look at this. Look at this shot from Dig. This is a funny screenshot, I feel like. I'll take away the score line so you guys don't know when it happened. And all you see is just a bunch of Dig players all on the ball. We don't need to talk about the fact that it was at 0 seconds and it doesn't matter. Make this the thumbnail. I'll take a screenshot. They all desperately try to score. Back to Vatira's perspective. What can the youngster do? I think a lot of the times in Rocket League, people are almost desperate to attach to single players on certain teams. And I think it is a bit more of a team effort, especially in championship level teams like Team Queso, who won this last regional. I think until this moment, people wanted to give most of the credit to Vatira. I think now everyone's recognizing how good the entirety of Team Queso is. We got Roll Diz out here saying Joyo is the better Joe. And everybody talking, I don't know, Rise maybe doesn't have any memes with his name, but just as many people talking about Rise. Scrub and Rise, too, recently played a show match. This net is wide open. Oh my goodness, gaping. What happened here? Vatira didn't really have the boost to carry it away. Or there was just nobody on the back line. This was the questionable game for Queso. So let's see what they did different here. Why they had a tougher time. They have not gotten this ball out of their defensive half since this kickoff. Jack, great solo play. And actually kind of getting Vatira slightly off the ball. Look at this setup from Vatira, by the way. I think we're going to see more people rocking whatever this decal is. This is an exotic car setup, but you love to see any pro player stepping out of just Stocktane type cars. And you know you love to see it if you're Psyonix, man. Psyonix is sitting here absolutely clapping for this. Draking, knowing that they're going to put this item up on the item shop very soon and farm some sales. What's hilarious seeing BDS's. Yeah, that's classic. I think that's going to be... Merc is barely even a meme car. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about how the fact that some teams are switching to meme cars? And I guess the battle bus is pretty meme. But the Merc is like barely. I feel like it's the softest step down to a meme car you could possibly pick. Whereas there's certainly memeier cars if you truly want to go full meme car. Joyo, what a nasty flip reset, trying to do it all himself. Vatira was waiting down. Vatira's going to look for Rise. It's a great clear. That is a great clear. Vatira not even going up for that pass. I guess he knew Jack likely to cut it. No reason to go up. Tight angle, hard to make a play. Scarab is the ultimate meme. Yeah, I think Scarab is probably ultimate meme. I think there's some, like, maybe like the Paladin. I feel like the Paladin would be pretty memey because it'd be like throwback, dude. Remember Kronovi playing the Paladin? Just the Merc is like almost kind of used. There's like people who use the Merc competitively. Oh my goodness, what happened there? Everybody on the map whipped. It seemed like there was an open net. Just barely cut off. Exactly. Scarab is the sweaty version. It's like the super meme. Oh, that's a good pass. That's a good shot. Yeah, that's going to be buckets. These guys had very good infield passing as well, like we saw from Dig when they were on fire. A lot of good team chemistry. Rise, nice clear. Vatira needs a nice dunk. Surprised he went for the wave dash. I mean, with just Jack back, if he could somehow get it past, could have been a scoring opportunity for them. What does Team Queso do with 45 seconds left to go and in desperate need of a goal? Do they get scored on? And Jack didn't want to try and take a close shot. Vatira, the long shot goal, dude. I saw this. Scrub ended up cheating in, and I think he thought Jack was going to take a touch. I don't know why Jack didn't take a touch there. They needed to break up that play and not just let Vatira come down off the wall for a free clear. Like, Dig could have easily had some kind of play on the ball, and they just didn't take it. Oh, that would have been such a nasty redirect from Rise. Might have gone wheels first, so might have lost some power from it. It truly would have been nasty. Vatira has been fairly grounded here for the past few minutes, playing super patient. Joyo and Rise have been doing all the work upfield. Rise on the 0 second. Cut by Jack. Jack has done a great job. It's interesting how much you can see about how the other teams are playing from, from watching only the opposition's perspective. We saw in that Dig game where Extra was playing like really solid. You could tell from a Dig player's perspective. Here, Jack seems to be the most annoying for Queso right now. Jack is always seeming to be the player there. to break up these offensive passes. Jack getting around that to chip out to Joriez. Vatira not touching that at all. Trying to backflip it away. I like the slow play here to pull it into a dribble, but man, see Jack once again. Jack is the pest who just seems to stop everything for Queso, at least in this game. Vatira capitalizing on that opportunity. Scrub. Kind of noticed that Vatira was locked into like an animation, like a very predictable touch, and was able to pre-jump it on the wall. Rise. Can't win that 50. Nobody in net here. Rise and Vatira finally able to connect to clear it high. But immediately boom back. Vatira can't find any boost. Try to dive deep and pick up that back corner. Able to refresh pretty good on pads. It's a decent fake, but man, Vatira played it so slow in a time where he only had Joriez left to beat. It seemed like playing it a little bit faster might have cleared it out of their half quicker. You don't want to clear into these defenders waiting for you. That's a great low 50. Oh, man. Dig gets away with one. I mean, maybe that's the reason why we see Vatira trying to ISO so often. When he creates opportunities like that by taking it slow. How can he look to pass that up? Scrub, that's a great pass. Double commit save, not really an issue. Joyo's probably going to be low. Vatira took that 100. They're going to just adjust for that by having Vatira be the one to challenge upfield. Dude, he is just trying to ISO everybody at all moments and just go by himself, which, hey, is not an issue. I mean, if you could take out two defenders with a couple good moves, leave your teammates left to 2v1. Long overtime here, and I believe what was game number 3. Infield passes from Dig, coming back out. Rise coming to challenge Vatira, just waiting. Wants to try and carry this one away. I remember this kill, I believe. The goal doesn't come long after this, but maybe I'm misremembering. Vatira not able to pick up that 100. Can't get a strong touch. Either needed that to be a full-on shot or farther back to his teammates. Jack, look at that pest, man. Jack ends up getting the goal for his team. I tell you what, man. Jack has just been the absolute man for Dig in this series. But the problem is we're recognizing the players who are playing best on the losing team. So it only means so much when their squad doesn't end up winning. Vatira's perspective again as Queso continue through the finals. 2-1 now in favor of Team Queso. Jack was originally up, I think, to try and 50 there. And just couldn't find the angle. Interesting cut by Rise. Almost felt like Vatira taking it to a corner where there were no Dignitas players might have been better, but Rise actually created a great opportunity, so ended up not really being an issue. Great infield pass, getting past the defender. Rise dropping this down. Big teammates pinching it with each other. Would have been nice for Joyo to keep the pressure on. Great passing, but Vatira, a couple different times he's been the back goal line savior. That's another great save. Wow. I tell you what, these top EU teams, their dominations. Oh my goodness, what happened here? Scrub just straight up passes it to Queso. Sorry, we're gonna go back again for a moment because it doesn't seem like there's really that much pressure on. Oh, it's Scrub just picking up boost, dude. He didn't realize Joyo's just camping there in front of the net, and he just absolutely hooks them up with the first goal. That wasn't an own goal, but it's about as close as you can get to it. Vatira all the way on the back line. This seems to be the Vatira MO. He does seem to be fairly passive, and I wonder how much you know, we'll see when we watch teams' perspectives back, you know, from different players, because it does seem like maybe just these players in general a little bit more, you know, safe than we're used to seeing. That's a great demo, but it almost seems like the players we choose to highlight and watch have a very passive and then solo type playstyle. Vatira seems to like to play out of his own half, and when he does, he's trying to ISO 1 or 2 defenders and then create opportunities that way. We see him fully rotating back. You should cover Jack on the BDS game. We just covered Joria's on the BDS game, but maybe we should have been covering Jack, because Jack is definitely playing really well in this Queso BDS game right now. I feel like Jack has a crazy high floor. Having a high floor is definitely a very good quality to have. Vatira can't finish this one off. No boost for him to take in this corner. Now he's got space and just scrub. I imagine he's going to take this down to the ground. We've seen him do before. Rise is going to play Bruiser. He gets it past 2. Joyo, that's got to be the easiest open net ever. A classic Queso play. Vatira on the setup. One of his teammates clearing out the net for him, and then creating an opportunity for the last back, Joyo, putting his team up 3-0. Still half the game left to go. Wow. Apparently Jack getting real aggressive. Just sees his team on defense and just completely leaves. He goes to take out somebody on offense. Vatira, man, he is so calculated on his offense. Always down to slow play. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's certainly something noticeable. Every time the ball rolls to him, never taking the immediate cut, immediate shot. He just wants to control and make a play. Joyo carry out of his own half. Rise up, missing the double. Vatira would try a double himself. Loads of consecutive touches for Team Queso, but they can't make anything out of it. Vatira on the back line. Solid at getting his team out of defense. This time only able to get past 1 though. Need to outplay 2 if you want to get your team out. Wow, what a save. I don't know if I got credit with the save. What a play. Wow, Vatira. A great save down to Rise. I don't know if they calmed that out, if Rise was, you know, saying he was right for that save. But very impressive play for Queso to run up the scoreline even more. The pre-jump as Jack takes a strong touch. Did he get a flip from that? I don't know. He didn't need to use it, even if he did. Once again, Vatira beating 2, putting his team right back on offense. Rise going to play himself as well. Oh, that would have been a nasty double. Great recovery save. This time Vatira wasn't able to be there as he was dead off the field. Good bump by Rise. The team pinch. Oh, that was so creative. I bet you they went for that, because that was, if they could have gotten a team pinch straight on line, they had a late recovering dig, and they might have a chance. No way your teammate's using this car. Dude, I'm telling you, this car is sick. Here's the thing about winning. Winning makes whatever car you played with sick, guaranteed. So Vatira has made this car cool. It may or may not have been cool before he won, but it's definitely cool now. No, this decal is an L. No, you guys are an L, because Vatira is a winner. See? It's actually clean. See what I'm talking about? You guys are saying Rise's car looks sick? We'll go to Rise. This is Joyo. Boring, lame. Dude, Rise, this is like the Interstellar. Interstellar is pretty cool. You know, this is also a winner's car, so it's also nasty. Don't get me wrong. I think Joyo scores this first one, so we didn't miss too much by not being on Vatira's perspective. Yo, Charlotte Phoenix. Rating with a party of 172. Charlotte Phoenix, did you guys make it? Charlotte Phoenix was playing in the North American qualifiers right now. Congrats on making it through. Let's go, Charlotte. Congrats. Big dubs for Charlotte. We're just talking about winners. Whatever decals Charlotte was wearing as well are now all sick because it's winners decals. Vatira, a nice double. Would have been insane to pre-jump Jack as well. Not gonna be able to get this demo, and it's actually being pretty aggressive despite not having boost. Makes it back in time. Sometimes playing the defense as the scorer is the right way to play it. You know, like you come from a shooting angle and just take a bad shot before someone can take a good shot. This time though, Vatira is stuck in net. What match is this? We are watching Team Queso versus Dignitas, the EU Grand Final. We're watching specifically from the youngster Vatira's perspective. And chat was commenting on how drippy Vatira's car setup is. And Jack has been an absolute pest. One of the few things we've noticed is Jack has been a menace in this series, despite Dig not being able to take it. And Vatira loves to slow down and make solo plays. Go back, Feer. Look at the save. All right. We're gonna watch the save from Rise's perspective because which save was it? I'm hoping we. Oh, that save. Oh, okay. That was pretty nasty. Wait a second. Was Vatira going to get this? Were you... No, you were alone. No, Vatira's not saving that, right? Dude, that's kind of nasty. Okay. All right. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. That was definitely worth looking at. Dude, Rise on the full field retreat. Oof. Oof. Okay, that's pretty nasty. That's a clean save right there. That's what I'm saying. That seemed to be the difference. Like, these top teams who played well today, you know, it's not like they weren't getting shots, like solid shots put on their net, but they were absolutely peaking defensively. And I think the mental game of that is insane. When a team makes an outplay and they're expecting to get a goal from it, and you're expecting to get, you know, probably scored on from it, I feel like the mental edge you gain when you make a good save is insane. You know, it feels so good for you to return back to not feeling like you're about to get scored on, and it also makes the offensive team feel like there's almost nothing they can do. When you take that good of a shot and it doesn't go in, you can start to feel desperate. Like, what are we going to have to do to get it past these guys? And we've seen both the dominant teams make, like, incredible saves, because normally, you know, you expect a dominant team to just never really have to deal with too many shots. You play a perfect game, and you don't have to make that many saves. But right now, both these teams, Dig when they dominated earlier, and now Queso, have just had some great last-second defensive stands to keep themselves in it. Right now, 1-1. Nice little kiss. That was cute. Vatira and Joyo just so far away from the play, just having a good day. Thought they might as well just give each other a bit of a kiss. Say, you've been playing well today. Let's get right back out there. Vatira gonna play aggressive, picking up that midfield 100. Rise cannot low 50. The thing about Rise slow playing and Vatira trying to help, it means he's going to be camped out very, very slowly, making it an easy target for a demo. That was a strong shot. It was a good pre-jump save. I think that should have been saved, you know, by all means. But he made it about as hard as possible. Great clear. We've seen Vatira in this spot a lot. The retreat defense from him has been solid. Out to Rise. Rise had a chance to score there. If he keeps that underneath the crossbar, I don't think Dig can get that save. Maybe we'll have to watch from their perspective. I think Queso, at the end of this game, tweeted out comms for this moment. Number of times Vatira has just absolutely been destroyed by pads that don't spawn for him. I mean, I feel like this is something of note. I've watched enough pro level 3s replays. It seems like other players are maybe more aware of what boosts are available for them I've seen Vatira path over multiple hundreds to not get them. Vatira with some open field. One of the stronger touches I've seen him take in an opportunity where he had no pressure. Every other time he hasn't had pressure. That's a great bump. Jack, what a save. He usually tries to find a way to create some kind of double touch play. Vatira clutching it. Clutching it in the last 4 seconds. A great pass. He needed perfect placement. Scrub was in net, but Vatira, too good. Bro, you were shouting for a pass? Wait, what moment were you shouting for a pass? Oh, Vatira, you wanted Vatira to pass it back instead of shooting. I think the Rise left to hit the ground here. All right. So you said on this final moment, you wanted a pass. You'll see in comms. Yeah, we'll check it out. Oh, okay. Rise is over here. Rise is saying, drop it left for me. Oh, yeah, you're in a great spot. I mean, but Vatira puts it so well. I mean, if he's going to take that good of a shot. Scrub is pretty low, right? Scrub, yeah, Scrub's at like nothing. Scrub's not making this save as long as the shot is good. Because it's like peak awkwardness too. Like there's just, Scrub's never getting up for that. All right, let's pull up the comms. Chat, this is comms of Team Queso in the final moments.
Yeah, I mean you. I got
Left.
Yes!
Calm. It is not over yet, okay?
Calm down.
Yo. Watch the Spanish. Watch the fake.
No.
Alright? Just
Calm.
Just
Yeah, I got it. I tried.
Who just pulled up? Oh, this is Nick's perspective.
Nice, good block.
They did neither the Spanish nor the fake.
Unlucky. I got it. I'm waiting. I go now. Yeah, I got one. Nice. Can you? Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, force him.
Take damage right. I'm full. Nice.
I'm zero.
I boom Jack. Leave.
Oh. Let's go, chat. Let's go.